I would have rated 9 out of 10 for that. Follow-up was consistent, was great. I mean, you guys were working and hustling in the background.
How would you describe the final product?
I literally was crying.
What was the objective of this explainer video?
Yeah, the objective was to take something that we know can be complex for audiences to understand and make it simple through images, through videos, through a quick tutorial about what we do, bringing those images and stories to life.
What was your main concern when comparing us to others, and what was the potential objection which you had like before making a choice?
What I did in my brief search was, in terms of the robust nature of what you did, the volume of work that you did, and the reviews that you had, the volume of reviews and the quality of the review, that won me over. And then when I went and said, okay, I want to spend more time on What a Story, I went in and looked at, the various content, and I was able to see the vision of the many of the videos and think through on, what parts of each of them could we use and bring the story to life, what we had. So I'd say that was what, got you to the top of the list.
Let's talk about your working experience during the project. How was it, like communication, follow-up, and overall, the process which you have gone through?
Yeah, what I would say generally, I mean, I would have rated 9 out of 10 for that, because it was the follow-up was consistent, was great. I mean, you guys were working and hustling in the background. I was most impressed with how quickly things went from ideation, in terms of I would send things over of, here's a little bit of what I was thinking, or here's what I'd like, and you would take that and not only digest it and immediately understand what I was trying to get at, but you would actually make it better. It would be something even beyond what I had imagined, to tell the story in a very unique and creative way. But yeah, the process I thought was excellent. Always kept me informed of what was going on.
How would you describe the final product, the final video?
Oh,
Did it meet your
well, you already
expectations?
know. My husband is like, "Why are you have tears down your?" I literally was crying because it was a very dramatic change from seeing something that resembled more of a PowerPoint, very sloppy PowerPoint, then transformed into something that was like, wow, you just saw it come to life. And I could never have done anything like that myself, or, but for you to be able to have come in without a lot of the background and understanding what we did, and take so much of what we do and make in kind of our DNA and bring that to life in such a way, it was remarkable. And it was just, yeah, I don't have words to describe it, because it was
I'm so glad to see your expression, and they are priceless. Impact of this video in your business.
There's, ideally, I'd be meeting face to face with clients and showing our value, talking to them, understanding their challenges, and being able to translate our value and how we fill that gap. This allows me to get in front of them and quickly tell them what we do without taking a lot of their time, but them understanding it, because they have that vision in their brain now, right? Words kind of tend to leave your memory. Images and videos stay. So for me, the return is this is a marketing tool, but this is also something that stays in the brains of the clientele that we're hoping to win over as clients.
If you had to recommend What a Story to your friends, how would you do that?
How would I? Well, I would just tell them my amazing experience of, if you have something that's complicated that you want to be able to use to explain what you do in a really professional, high quality way, I would say I have just the company for you. That What a Story takes your ideas and in a beautiful way brings them all together creatively to produce something that not only expresses what your company does, but in a way that's going to stick with your audience.
What is story?